Hey, what's up, guys? This is Joe, and today I'm coming to you from a different YouTube channel that I made for my new website, singlegamedfs.com. So check out the video if you like it. Give us a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel because we're going to be posting some videos on here. It'll be me, and it'll also be Mike from Fantasy 15. That's only related to single game, the Showdown in Draftkings, or the single game in FanDuel. So in this video, I'm going to just show how to kind of do real summary of previous contests to kind of find how people are picking and how kind of trends that you can see that of how people pick to kind of help you in future lineups. So first, you want to get the exports from Draftkings. So if I go to Draftkings here, before the contests, you want to have the salary export, and you get that just from the lobby. Go to MLB, you want Showdown. It's just, I mean, you could do it for any of the sports. It's just we're in baseball season now, so I mean, you're gonna go to whatever Showdown that you want, and then just click the little export to CSV, and then you'll get something like this that has all the players with their salary. So you put that on a spreadsheet. Then when the contest is done, you'll have something like this, and you click the little export lineups to CSV, and what you're going to do is get the contest standings right here. So you'll have this. So what you want to do is kind of summarize what the different lineups, and how people are thinking, how people are building lineups. So first, what you want to do is move this. So I'm going to press copy and just put it to a new sheet, because we're not going to need that right now. So I'm going to delete this, and what we want to do is we need to see these are all in one cell. The biggest thing you got to do is convert these into multiple cells, one cell for each player name, and we need to get rid of this UTIL. So we're going to highlight it. I press Control F, or however else you do find replace, and I'm going to replace space UTIL space, and you want to put it with a character that we can easily, with just a one character, like a $sign or a hashtag or something like that. I'm going to put replace all. I don't know why. Maybe it's capitalized. Replace. Why is it not finding it? Find next. Okay, now replace. Find all. Then replace all. Alright, there we go. 2,300 replacements. I don't know why find replace is acting kind of weird. See, now we replaced all the UTIL with $signs, so we're going to do the same thing again, because we got to get rid of the first UTIL. So now we got UTIL space, because we want to get rid of the first one, and just replace it with nothing, because we just want to get rid of that. So we'll put replace all. So the first UTIL at the beginning we're going to get rid of. So all we want are names and $signs here. And we still got the CPT to get rid of. So now we're replacing space, CPT, space. So everywhere that's captain, we're replacing with a $sign. Find all. And then replace all. There. So now we've got all the names separated by $signs. If we scroll down to the bottom here, we got, let's see, there's 585 records. Okay, so we've got this. Next thing we want to do is go up to data and do text to columns. While you have this column highlighted, we want to put it on delimited, and then we want this other to become $sign. So now it's going to, everywhere there's a $sign, it's going to break the column into spaces. And we'll have new columns, and we click finish. There. So now we've got all these new columns. There's still one more step we're going to have to go do with this, but before we do, we want to pull in some information from here. So the first thing we want to do is break this in here. We need to insert a column, And in this column, we want to create a new cell, which is the name and the CPT. So this is so we can bring in the right, because they're going to have the captain salary and the utility salary. So there's going to be two different salaries here. So now we're going to do a VLOOKUP to pull in the salary. So we're typing VLOOKUP, and we're looking up this name and utility. So that's what we're looking up. Where we're looking it up in this right here with the two columns, comma 2, comma false. So now we've got the salary for Rich Hill. And now we're going to copy this over, but I want to just make sure we put $signs here in front of the F and the H, so we're always looking in the same spot. And let's copy this over to 6 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then here's the last one for Steven Metz. That's the captain. So instead of UTIL, we put CPT for captain. So we get the captain salary. So I'm going to highlight it. I double click down here and it copies it down. It depends what your Excel does. You might have to just like drag and drop or do copy paste. So now we got the salaries, but you notice there's some NAs in here. We need to get rid of the NAs because if you look, the way Draftkings does it, see, look at the little whatever that's called above the I. It's not like it's not the little dot. Like here, like above the O in Gomez, there's a little, I don't know what it's called, but they don't have them in here. In the initial one, I don't know why it's not the same in both. So what I do is I copy it, press Control C, highlight the whole thing, Control F, and we're going back to the Find Replace. What are we doing? We're looking for the O with the thing above it, and we're replacing it just with a regular O. So do Find All, Replace All, and replace them. See, and I got rid of the NA. We're going to do the same for this one. So there's something here above the I. So I'm going to do Control C, highlight everything, and then Control F. I mean, if your computer Control F might not work for you, you might have to do something different. Control V to paste it in. Replacing with a normal I. Replace all there. And here's another NA, looks like above the E. I don't really know why Draftkings does this, but it's just something we gotta do. So let's do it again. Replace the E with a regular E. Find all, replace all. And it did not completely work for him because he's got two of them. There's now something above the A. Hopefully this is the last one we got to do. So we'll find replace. Replace the A with the thing above it with an A. There. So now we should have all of them fixed, and our names are all ready to go. So now we've got all the salaries right here, and we can kind of see, we could do just a regular sum and add up all the salaries here. And you copy it down. And so here's the total salaries, and now we can kind of do a little, this is where we can kind of do a little research, and let's do a filter. Here, maybe there's got to be column headings all the way across. Let's try it again. So data, filter. Alright, I don't know why the filter's not working, but you could put a filter on here. don't know what's with my Excel today. There. Okay, so we got the filter on. So now you could kind of see, let's see, number filter greater than, say, 49,000. So then you can look down here. 528 of the 594 records have greater than 49,000. Let's see how many people do salaries less than 48,000. Obviously, it won't be too many. Only 11 people. I mean, you can kind of get a feel. You know, most people spend almost all their money. And one other thing I wanted to check to show you is this. So we can get rid of this. That's just the odds I had for the game. So here's the actual lineups. And let's see if these are winners. So what I'm going to do is put an X next to winners. Let's say the top 10% is 580 lineups. So let's put an X next to the top 58. And we want to pull in the position of the captain. So just kind of see who people are playing at the captain spot. So to do that, instead of VLOOKUP, we're doing an index match. So it's just because, here, I'll show you in a second. Index, what are we pulling? We're pulling this column, just because the column we want to pull is on the left side. But you could just move the column over from here to here if you wanted, and then do VLOOKUP. So however you wanted to do it. So index match. And now what's the lookup value? It would be Steven Matz. In what column? Which would be right here, the name. And then it's comma 0. And the parentheses. Then another comma 0. There. So he's a starting pitcher. So we've got all the starting pitchers here. Actually, I put those X's in the wrong spot. We're going to put X's here for the winning. I don't know what... Not sure what happened there. So if we want to put an X next to the top 58... And here we can just kind of do with a formula. This is the last thing I'll show you. There's a lot more things you can do with this, and I show a lot of that in the singlegamedfs.com in the course part of it. But let's see here. So of all the lineups, we're going to do a count if this range, comma, quote, SP. So there's 352 times captain is this a starting pitcher is the captain. So if we do this divide by 585 total records. Whoops. I did not put it. Let's see. Divided by 585. It gives you about 60% of people played a pitcher at the captain spot. But now let's see, of the X's, the total number of X's, like total number of, say, the top 10%, how many are pitchers? And we got, let's see, 57 X's, and we'll do count ifs. So we're doing two criteria. So the first criteria is this range, and it's starting pitcher. The second criteria is this range, comma, X, and it's 41. So now if we did 41 divided by 57, you'll see 72% of winning lineups contain a starting pitcher, but only 60% of people are actually playing a starting pitcher in their lineups. So that's just one thing you can kind of see where there could be a little bit of opportunity that people are underplaying pitchers. I mean, obviously it's just one contest. You need to do this for many contests, but there's a lot of different things you can do to kind of try to find trends of what people are playing and then what actually wins, and then you can kind of see where you have an opportunity in making your lineups. So that's it for the video. I went a little longer than I planned, but I hope you got something out of it. Let me know if you have questions. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hopefully you guys can do some good research on some of these. And check out singlegamedfs.com. We got lineup optimizers for spreadsheet tools. You can get lifetime access. We also have projection service and a lot of videos to help you out. So have a great day, and thanks. Bye.